Good morning and welcome. This is TMI Socials. I am Chukufum Nanya Digwe, and here's what's making waves across the social media space. Now, we begin where very obviously we should. It's been trending around social media and also in our very faces. The threats by President Donald Trump of the United States to deploy armed forces to Nigeria. Now, the U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a strong warning. He is threatening possible deployment of American troops or airstrikes in Nigeria over the rising number of attacks on Christians. Now, in his words, he says, "They're killing the Christians. We are not going to allow that happen." Trump said aboard Air Force One, revealing he has directed the Pentagon to prepare for rapid action if the Nigerian government fails to protect vulnerable communities. Now, Nigeria's president has also responded to this. He swiftly rejected the statement, calling it a distortion of facts and stressing that insecurity in the country affects all regions, not just Christians. As you know, social media platforms are now flooded with debates. Some users hailed Trump's remarks as overdue global attention to religious persecution, while others accuse Washington of overreach that could undermine Nigeria's sovereignty and worsen regional instability. Now, let's get to see some of the words actually of the United States of America President Donald Trump, a statement that he actually did post on his Truth platform. Let's get to see that image.
They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria, and they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We're not going to allow that to happen.
Well, there you have it. That's actually the snippet where he did say they're killing Christians and we're not going to have it. Well, let's also get to see a statement he did post on his Truth platform. Now, this statement reads, "If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attacked our cherished Christians, warning the Nigerian government better move fast." Now, that is the statement of President Donald Trump on his Truth platform. As you already know, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our own president right here in Nigeria, has also released a statement as regards this. Now, let's get to quickly see the statement of the Nigerian government as regards it. It says, "Nigeria stands firmly as a democracy governed by constitutional guarantees of religious liberty." It goes on to say, "Since 2023, our administration has maintained an open and active engagement with Christian and Muslim leaders alike and continues to address security challenges which affect citizens across faiths and regions. The characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality, nor does it take into consideration the consistent and severe efforts of the government to safeguard freedom of religion and beliefs for all Nigerians. Religious freedom and tolerance have been a core tenet of our collective identity." Well, that is what the national statement reads in part as regards this one. Now, let's move on to other reactions as regards this. Let's see the next one. First statement by Bayo Onanuga, it actually reads, "President Bola Tinubu was well ahead of the orchestrated game unfolding in America as he told the news service chiefs on Thursday what Nigerians expect of them. No more excuses, he said. Nigerians want results. Here is the excerpt of his speech. Security threats are constantly evolving, constantly mutating. Of grave concern to our administration is the recent emergence of new armed groups in the north central, northwest, and parts of the south. We must not allow these new threats to fester. We must be decisive and proactive. Let us smash the new snakes right in the head. That is the statement by the presidential spokesperson, Bayo Onanuga, as regards this. Now, let's get to see some other updates on this issue, which is very, very viral on the social media space. We'll get to see another reaction right there. And it says, no nation commits to a costly rescue mission across an ocean for reasons of simple charity. The U.S. is not eyeing Nigerian Christians. It's eyeing the estimated 37 billion barrels of oil reserves and the vast untapped wealth of rare earth minerals needed for its entire defense and tech industry. The U.S. military doesn't act as the global church enforcement arm. It acts as the global resource grabbing agency. The moment a rescue is involved, the cost is already tallied in barrels of crude and tons of lithium. The only thing that will be rescued very soon is America's industrial supply chain. Don't confuse geopolitical greed with gospel passion. Now, that is a very fiery comment on this particular issue. Let's get to see another reaction from the social media space on this one. This one from Omoyele Showore, does go ahead to say the latest threats by U.S. President Donald Trump to launch military action in Nigeria allegedly to protect Christians may sound appealing to some. Still, history has shown this to be perilous. That is what the that particular comment reads in part. Let's get to the next comment, the next reaction on this from the social media space. The next netizen actually is American artist Nicki Minaj. She says, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all around the world are being affected by this horror. It is dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer. Well, those are, should I say, the theatrics that are all around this planned or threatened military action by the U.S. President Donald Trump as regards what he calls a very concerning state where he's saying there's mass genocide in Nigeria of Christians. Well, that's a wrap on TMI Socials today. And I thank you so much for staying tuned in. From the whole TMI crew, we want to say a very big thank you for joining us today from our Benin, Abuja, and Lagos network centers. We want to thank you and also thank our guests for their insightful analysis. I am Chukwufum Nanya Digwe. Do have yourself a lovely day. Bye-bye.